Hello everyone, my name is Sun. My full name is Thân Hà Thiên Sơn. I am studying Bachelor of Commerce, majoring in Finance and Management at Curtin, Singapore. This is my last trimester at Curtin, Singapore, and I'm going to graduate in the next few months. I made this presentation to share with you guys about my own experiences and what I learned during my time as a student of Curtin, Singapore. Especially also my experiences with the subject enhancing your business mind. In addition, I will share with you guys about my general career plan and what I am going to do to achieve my career goals, as well as my comment on the result of employability test. Lastly, it will be my message to my future self in the next 5 years. Okay, let's start it. I started studying at Curtin, Singapore when I was about 16 years old. At that time, I studied Diploma of Commerce. Well, to be honest, it was not easy for me at the beginning because I am an international student and that was my first time living far away from my family. So I had to do everything by myself. Anyway, that time passed. It gave me meaningful and useful experiences during that time. I think because of these experiences, they helped me a lot with my studying, especially my time management skill. Because like I needed to balance my time for my housework and my schoolwork. So how did I manage my time? It's quite simple actually. I set up a weekly timetable and a weekly reminder, so I will be notified and know what I am going to do and what I need to do. However, things don't always go like we plan, so flexibility is also really important. Then we can change our plan when we must. Okay, now let's talk about my major. The reason why I choose this major is quite simple, because when I was in high school, I had interest in finance and the stock markets, as well as business management also. And when I started studying relevant subjects at college and university level, I knew that I chose the right major. Anyway, during the time that I was studying, the COVID-19 pandemic have occurred and it affected my plans really much and it's quite bad. But however, that was not really a hard time for me, but it was quite annoying. I did not feel really bad because I luckily made friends before the pandemic happened, and it did not affect my study too much, but in my opinion, it was incomplete. However, I enjoyed my time in Curtin, Singapore. It's not bad at all. I learned new things, made new friends, worked with various people, and being better day by day. Let's move on to the subject enhancing your business mind. When I first thought about this subject, actually I imagined that there will be some entrepreneurial skills that I had to learn, but it was not quite specific at all. To be honest, I quite like this subject because it is about areas that I knew before, but I was taught a little bit deeper when I learned this subject. Well, if I have to say what I learned the most from this subject, I would say teamwork. There were many group activities that I had to do with this subject, and the interesting thing here was I and other students were located to random groups each time. I used to work with in groups before, but I just worked with people that I knew or even with my friends. What I had to do was a different story. Anyway, I learned useful things like how to arrange work for other people effectively, how to unify opinions from others, how to clearly explain my ideas for everyone, and how to control my anger because when I worked with my friends, I feel it's fine to express my emotion to let them know that I'm not in the mood with things that they have done. And from this subject, I realized a new area that I need to learn more about it. It was negotiation. I think I have some talents in this area and it's also really useful in real life. In my opinion, the areas that I mentioned will be critical in workplace. To be honest, I think I have to apply everything that I learned from this subject to survive. Because to me, workplace is energetic and quite complex, so applying writing is necessary. I want to say one more thing that I made a new friend from this subject and this is the most successful result that I can see right now. I have completed 2 employability tests. One is done in week 1 of the trimester and the other is completed in the last week of the trimester. Well, there's no difference between the result of the 2 tests. The results show that I have a high awareness of choosing the right career for myself and have backup plans in case of failure. In addition, my ability to communicate, connect with others, and apply technology to work is also at a good level. I am also considered to be responsible for the community and open to different cultures. And in addition, my ability to solve problems and manage risk goals are also appreciated. However, I was also advised to improve myself in grasping and understanding the emotions of others, as well as to be more confident in my own abilities in the future. So what I am going to do after graduation? This is a question that I have asked myself for many times. And I realized that I must have a clear plan for my future career, because it will help me to clearly identify what my goal is and what I need to do to achieve it. My plan is that after I graduate, I will apply for an internship at multinational companies or large and medium-sized regional companies in Singapore or my home country, Vietnam. I will apply for positions related to business, investment, finance, accounting to improve and develop my professional skills, as well as necessary office skills. This process will take me about 6 months to 1 year to finish. And after that, I will apply for jobs at investment banks or venture capitals in Singapore like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, or UOB, Venture Management, Capital Land, and so on. When I am accepted, I will do my best to learn valuable knowledge and experiences in the financial industry and creating networks with people in the industry as well. After working for the company about 4 to 5 years, I will quit my job and use the resources that I have accumulated to make my own business, because my true dream is to become an entrepreneur. So in my opinion, to secure my desired career path in the immediate future, I need to work on accumulating knowledge and experiences which are relevant to my career path. Besides, I also need to connect with more people in the financial industry to get valuable advices or maybe unforeseen opportunities. The most important thing is that I must learn new things every day, because the world is changing so fast. If we don't keep up, we will be eliminated. I think the specific actions to get more involved in the financial industry could be attending relevant seminars, connecting with employers in need, or doing some related freelance work. But the critical thing is to let the industry insiders know that I personally have a need to get into the financial industry. And this can be done by joining relevant groups on social media as well. It's one thing that I want to say to my future self in the next 5 years from now. It would be, don't be in a hurry, but don't be discouraged. The most important thing is to find the right path for my current situation. I find myself to be quite a hasty person, and this can lead to carelessness as well as unnecessary pressure on myself. I want myself to always try to move forward, stick to my own goals. The way to reach the goal can be changed to fit the situation, but I am not allowed myself to give up. In addition, I also want myself to, make friends with more people in the future, because one more friend is one more path. But also be careful with complex relationships to avoid, being stabbed in the back by others. In my presentation, I mentioned my difficult but also meaningful time at Curtin, Singapore. I also share about how I improve my teamwork skills in the subject enhancing your business mind, as well as how to improve my weaknesses based on the advice of employability tool. Besides, I shared my career plans for the next 5 years and also sent my 5-year future self with meaningful advice and reminder. After all, thank you for listening.